Shalom. Want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders, our great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to Lord's elect, the house of David. So Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and today is March 17th, 2022, the year where Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai turns up. All right, and just put out information real quick. My main page, Harana Mathba, all right, will be down for the next 2 weeks. All right, I did a video a couple of days ago, I believe. I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago or so. All right, and they took it down and they gave me a strike. So I'm on 2 strikes now. So, brothers and sisters, you don't see me posting that page for a while. All right, I'm gonna, slow it down a little bit because I believe I have a strike on there that leaves sometime in April. All right, so Lord willing, once I get back to 1 strike, I'll be able to upload frequently on that page. But I'll be, posting and doing those kind of things after 2 weeks. Lord willing, within this 2 week period, they don't take it down. But if they do, we're gonna keep on going. We have my backup page, a couple backup pages. We have the Lightbringer 144K page, all right, and the Harana Math God page. Okay, so I also have BitChute, Odyssey, and I just created a Rumble. All right, so we're gonna utilize those for now. All right, being that we are in the times where these devils are starting to basically, if you talk about anything regarding the prophecies that has to do with the MOTB, all right, they will take your videos down, because that's the last thing they want you to do, is to give out the information and the understanding of the times that we're in and where we're leading to. All right, but you see, we don't want to hear none of that shit. All right, we just gonna keep on going and keep on going. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So I just wanted to put that out there so brothers and sisters are aware, so you know where to go to find more information. All right, but I have this article here that I wanted to get into. All right, because we're actually let me get that real quick. We're speeding up, man. The Lord is speeding things up. All right, these devils are moving at a very, very quick pace. Okay, there's a book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Okay, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." All right, and this article here is fast pacing or fast forwarding into that prophecy of they having a short time. Okay. And Lord willing, I might be able to touch on that in this video, or I might do a separate video on it. All right, but I'm just gonna read the headline. Okay, it says, "IRS plan to scan your face, prompts anger in Congress, confusion among taxpayers." Okay, and it says here, starting this summer, you will need to provide a video of your face to access the agency's website. It's a major expansion of the use of facial recognition software by the government. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there for now. Well, what I wanted to get into right now was this thing here, which I did. The video that I did is actually on BitChute. All right, I was able to upload it on BitChute, so whoever wasn't able to see it, I will link it in this video in the description. All right, so you can check it out. All right, but I'm gonna double down on that video. All right, and go a little bit more into it. All right, with this right here. Okay, because the information keeps coming out, so we got to do our job and bring it out. Right. So it says here, Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, a new cutting-edge research entity proposed by the Biden administration, could advance research that benefits the lives of people living in impoverished and underprivileged communities worldwide. If the agency is authorized with poverty-related and neglected diseases as a priority. Okay, so we know that Esau, all right, every time he sets out to save the world, protect the world, we know what he really means is to destroy the world. Okay, and the people in it. That's why Revelation 12 and 12 says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the world and of the sea." All right, because with this devil in rulership, nobody's safe. All right, and I saw a video a couple minutes ago, my brother posted. Okay, and it was going into how they were talking about how they have the technology where basically People are gonna have to decide between privacy and health. Okay, and the more you give up more privacy for health, quote unquote health, which we know is all fabricated BS. All right, the more you give up your privacy for health, all right, the less freedoms you're going to have. Meaning you're going to open up yourself, going into the 13th chapter in Revelation, receiveth. You're going to give off or give permission to them in order to give you something that's going to benefit, quote unquote, benefit you. All right. And when you look at the grand scheme of things, it's not really to benefit you. It's really to control you. Okay. On every level, 24/7 surveillance in your human body. Okay. Merging you with technology, the internet. Okay. And so on and so forth, making up that internet of bodies. Okay. So let's read. It says the Biden administration has proposed a new cutting-edge research entity that has the potential to benefit global health. Why is Biden, America, all right, Babylon, worried about global health? What's that all about? All right, sounds very much like the same push that the World Economic Forum has been pushing over the past 2 years. Okay, that we ought to be immunized. The words of the great Klaus Schwab, man. Whew, these devils. It says the potential benefit potentially or to has a potential to benefit global health the way the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, the research agency behind the internet, GPS, and self-driving cars, benefited the rest of society. It says this proposal, the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, Arpa-H, could lead to transformative health innovations for neglected diseases and address gaps caused by market failures, ultimately bolstering global health research and development. Okay, that's what the acronym R&D stands for, research and development. Okay, and we know that once they start pushing this kind of idea of the internet, okay, and health, what that one thing that's going to merge those two things together. We already know it to be the MOTB. Okay, this is biblical prophecy, and they're going to use a clever way to bring it out to the public and to coerce people to go ahead and take it. Okay, but before they do that, they have to demonize the men of the Lord. They have to demonize the Bible. They have to threaten you, all right, with all sorts of illusions of you're gonna face time in jail. You run the risk of being killed, and all kinds of different things that they're gonna use to intimidate people, like they did the past 2 years. Okay, it says, what is Arpa-H? Initial proposals from the Biden administration and allies in Congress have described Arpa-H as a driver of scientific breakthroughs. All right, they're gonna break right through your skin. Breakthroughs for innovations to prevent, detect, and treat diseases that will be housed within the National Institute of Health. And in the video I did the other day, all right, the Pentagon has already came out with that technology, and I believe the military is also working on something similar to that, which I believe they're actually using right now to test on the military people, man. Okay, so the MOTB is not far from here. It's really the next thing that we're gonna be seeing very soon. That's the next thing. All right, whatever so-called pandemic they're gonna push out there, the next demic, all right, that they're gonna start propagating. All right, and once this whole Russia-Ukraine situation, dies down, people kind of catch wind of it, they're gonna have to come up with a new thing. Okay, remember, they cannot leave this hysteria of disease-ridden people, and we need to get rid of people and get rid of this disease and so on. They can't stop that narrative because it worked so well. You see, but people are starting to catch on to it. A lot of people got took the jump shot. Some people took the P jump shot, which is one shot kill. You got the double shot, you got the triple. You may whatever, right? Now a lot of people are catching on to what's going on. They call it misinformation, but that's actually the truth. People are catching on to it. So in order to kind of like quell that stuff down, they had to come up with something else. They had to come up with something else, and then they're gonna bring back the same shit. It's gonna be another so-called demic, and it's gonna be crazy, and people gonna be bugging out again, and they're gonna keep telling that everywhere you go, you're gonna keep hearing it over and over again, and then that's how they're gonna come out and say this is the solution for it. All right, this demic was so bad, it caused the infrastructure to go down. It caused World War III. It caused this. It caused that. You're already hearing it in the news. Okay, you're already hearing it. So you best believe they're gonna come out with it. They're gonna run with that thing. All right, and it's all what we call propaganda. Okay, it says the idea of for Arpa-H was originally conceived by the Suzanne Wright Foundation, another wicked cult. Okay, whenever you hear these so-called foundations, all right, they're founded on what? On lies, on iniquities, on wickedness. Okay, on wicked schemes. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Okay, let's get that real quick in the book of Micah. All right, chapter 2 and verse 1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." Okay, and that is what they do. All right, the tabernacles of Esau, Edom, all they do is have these so-called foundations, these building platforms. All right, that the end goal of it ultimately is to destroy the majority of the people and to keep them in a form of mental, all right, slavery. Whether it's the food that you eat, whether it's the water that you drink, whether it's the things that you watch, you know, things that you learn in school. All right, social media. All right, any and everything, health related. Okay, what you name it, everything that they do. If you check off the umbrella and you dig into it, you're gonna find a whole bunch of atrocities, man. Abominable atrocities and debauchery. Okay, and they're gonna be destroyed for that, guaranteed. All right. It says a pancreatic cancer advocacy organization, which is a lie. All right, that's what they tell people, which outlined a health advanced research projects agency that would focus on overcoming market failures by de-risking investments from the private sector. Okay, so for the past 2 years, we've been hearing about PPP or PPP loans, this and that. The PPP loans was a strategic thing that they did in order to box in everyone. Okay, so if you were, having a business, all right, and because of the pandemic, you weren't able to, open up or whatever, and you took those PPP loans, which I believe is private and was a public and private partnership. Okay, PPP. So they'll come in, give you a whole lot of money, but then in return, you have to go along with whatever it is that they say in terms of, oh, this is good for health. So you saw a lot of stores, a lot of businesses had this sign of, no mask, no entry, or you need to get your shot, or you can't come in here. Those kind of things. They all took the bag. Okay, and they're gonna be the same ones to take the bag when the MOTB comes out. They're gonna be like, look, if you want to open up, you want to stay open, you want to go here, do this, you need to play along with us. We'll give you the money, but this is the system that we want you to set up. If you ain't gonna set it up, you're gonna run the risk of shutting down, because everything is shifting into that frame. Okay, so that's what it is, man. All right, merging the private and public sector through money and what they call technology and the safety of the people for the greater good. Come on. All right. It says, now that the proposal has been taken into the mainstream by the Biden administration and biomedical R&D, which we know is research and development champions like Representatives Diana DeGette. All right. It says, and Fred Upton advocates hope this mandate of addressing market failures might also encompass global health issues, including HIV and AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, and neglected tropical diseases. It says the scope. First of all, you see, that's the thing that's wrong with Esau, bro. They always push these ideas. First of all, you haven't even finished off this so-called endemic yet. You still struggling. You still got people questioning and asking, and that's all you keep hearing. And now you want to tackle other things? Neglected tropical diseases? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? In other words, it's time for them to kick into the next gear, because malaria and tuberculosis and those kind of things, they normally happen around like places like Africa and Latin America, places that's closer to the equator. Them places that's always hot, you're gonna have malaria there. So it's like their idea, all right, of curing the diseases is actually going in there and killing the people. That's why you have Bill Gates. He does that. Okay. He literally said that, what they do is they take genetically modified organisms and they shoot it right in the vein of the children. They shoot it right in the vein. I said, this nigga here, he doesn't hide it. It said the scope of research to be conducted under Arpa-H has not yet been set in stone, even though the president's fiscal year 2022 budget request lists as initial focus areas cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's in its $6.5 billion request for the agency. Okay, and remember, DARPA is a private thing. All right, it's a private company or private industry, okay, that works underneath the Pentagon, which is underneath that's overheads of the military. Okay, they have all the research programs and the DARPA robot dogs and all these different things. All right, the super soldier creations, and look, they got it all. Okay, they got it all since the 60s and the 70s. They got all kinds of crazy technology. All right, and trust and believe, they're not going to use it against the regular American people. They're coming after the men of the Lord. All right, it's about to be war out here very soon, man. Spiritual power versus technology. Okay, and that's what's going to lead into the war of heaven. Okay, between spiritual power, all right, intergalactic war. All right, between our Lord Yahushua, his angels, all right, and Esau and his minions. And then they're going to be destroyed. It's going to be child's play. All right, child's play. It says NIH has organized listening sessions, including one for allergies, infectious diseases, and global health, to further discuss the potential research areas for Arpa-H. To promote high-risk, high-reward research, Arpa-H will likely be modeled after DARPA, which has a flat and nimble organizational structure and a large budget with limited oversight. Whew. So they get to just do whatever they want. All right, limited oversight. That means the government doesn't really go in there, and there's no checks and balances over there. Whatever it is that they're creating isn't really, something that's like, well, is this constitutional? Are we allowed to do this? Can we test this on the American people? They don't care about that. Okay. It says, in contrast to NIH's sometimes slow-moving peer review process and multi-year grants, DARPA utilizes program managers who make unilateral funding decisions based on research milestones achieved. If the agency is stood up, GHTC supports an Arpa-H funding framework that is similar to DARPA, as it could enable easy, flexible collaborations with product development partnerships, nonprofit partnerships that address public health goals. You hear that? This is the talk of the MOTB being built. Straight up, man. Straight up. Okay? It says the Biden administration's proposal to house Arpa-H within NIH has raised concerns among some advocates and skeptics that this could limit its flexibility and independence, two critical aspects of the ambitious, high-risk, high-reward Arpa-H agenda. You hear that? This is it, man. Okay? It says an additional concern is that placement within NIH could eventually limit growth of top-line funding available for other NIH institutes and centers, and the lack of clarity regarding the scope of focus areas for research has created hesitancy among congressional appropriators to fund the full $6.5 billion proposed. Listen, they will find a way to make this thing work. Why? Because it's biblical prophecy. Okay? Don't get fooled with Congress isn't sure about it. It's all a game. They're all part of the game. Okay? 2 days ago or so, you had somebody from the the Republican side, saying that, oh, don't get me wrong, this whole inflation thing is not Putin doing it. All right? It's not Putin. Don't listen to what Biden is saying. And then Biden gonna come around and say, Putin is a war criminal, and he's the one who's causing all this. Like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. All right? All this inflation bullshit is all fabricated, man. It's created for a specific reason. They got to tighten the people's wallets. Put the squeeze on them. They gave you all that so-called free money. Now it's time for them to take that shit back away from you, man. And It says, however, if Arpa-H is created with the flexibility and independence of DARPA, and its funding is additive so as not to diminish work on any other NIH program, the agency holds great promise for global health innovations. That's going into that thing, MOTB. Okay. It says, global health potential. With the right influence from advocates, hear that? Arpa-H has the potential to advance research that could benefit the lives of people living in impoverished and underprivileged communities worldwide. Ain't nobody asked you for that, but let's see. Poverty-related and neglected diseases affecting these communities remain inadequately addressed by the market, as they offer little commercial incentive for the private sector to invest in developing medical products to diagnose, treat, or prevent them. Now, the question is, look, you got all these people who are billionaires and trillionaires. If you really cared about the people, why don't you just give them the money? Huh? Don't go out there and try to create a better world for them. They don't ask you for that. Give them the money. All right? Get off their lands. Leave them alone. Forget about the money. Leave them alone, man. See, that's the problem with Esau. He can't stay in one place. He's always moving around. You know? He's always moving around, man. I believe that tells you that in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. You know? Let me see if I can get that real quick. They can't sit still, man. They always run around. Everywhere you go, this motherfucker is there. It's like, bro, just sit your ass down someplace, man. Nobody want to hear you. Nobody want to talk to you. Nobody want to see you. Nobody wants your help. But they always forcing help. We ought to go pay $13 billion and give that to Ukraine. You know, whatever. Like, what? There's a book of Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, in verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we're hearing the vision speaking right now. Arpa-H is the driving force that's going to be developing that MOTB, bro. Market. All right, get it? Market. All right. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So that's how we know. All right, this thing is not going to linger on for 3-4 years, 2 years. No, this is in the making. This summer, they've already been working on it, but they're going to start putting it in the mainstream. All right, this year, this very year. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, because they're leading to it. All right, they're setting people up for it. Okay, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Okay, this motherfucker is everywhere, man. You know, one day they're here in Ukraine, the next day they're in Syria, the next day they're in Somalia, the next day they're in Iran, the next day they're in Israel, the next day they're in Russia, the next day they're in the border of Africa and Antarctica. The next day they try to go into outer space. What is wrong with these devils, man? You're gonna be shackled up, man. We're gonna have to calm your ass down. For 1,000 years, you're not gonna be moving freely like the way you move. Because clearly, all that freedom, you don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do with it. You're just going around harassing people, man. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Okay? Always going for something else that's not his. All right? Lustful, envious demon. All right? The only demon on the earth that could say, oh, you got oil in your land? Well, then guess what? That's my oil. What do you mean that's your oil? Excuse me, sir. Back up. No. It's not my fault that my oil is in your land. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to bomb your ass, nigga. That's Esau, man. Okay? It says, and is as death. That's all they do. Going around killing, raping, murdering. All right? And the truth is all coming out, man. Everyone is waking up to your identity. The man of sin is being revealed, and you guys hate it. So ultimately, you're going to have to come after us. But guess what? The Lord's going to have something for you. And we can't wait for that, man. We cannot wait to finally clash with these devils, man. All right? It says, it cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Okay? So talking about he's going to go into prevent diseases in different parts of the world. Like, ain't nobody asked you for that. The same diseases that you're the ones who are creating, all right? And setting people up and injecting them and giving it to them. You want to turn around and say, we can cure the disease, you know? Just let us come in there and cure the disease. They hold you at gunpoint and say, let me protect you. These devils, man. It says, the lessons of the 19 pandemic highlight the need. Let's listen. Highlight the need to address gaps in existing PRNDs, which is poverty-related and neglected diseases, as their impacts are exacerbated during health emergencies. You hear that? With a focus on PRNDs, Arpa-H could make a substantial impact toward developing innovations to address the world's most overlooked diseases. All right, and Elon Musk is already working on it. All right, with the Neuralink, and these devils are saying, well, we're gonna do what we got to do with the other thing. Okay, it says GHTC, Global Health Technologies Coalition. All right, is not the only stakeholder that recognizes the global health potential for Arpa-H. During a Senate budget hearing for fiscal year 2022 on NIH, Dr. Francis Collins's NIH's director said that Francis Collins, NIH's director, said that one focus for Arpa-H could be the development of a universal Vanessa that protects against the 10 most common infectious diseases in a single shot. Wow. You hear that? And we said this was going to happen 2 years ago. We said they're going to drag it on. They're going to give you booster after booster, and they're going to eventually say, look, we have this one thing. You take it, all your problems are solved. And that's what they're working on right now. You hear this? Look, ain't going to be no regular Vanessa that's coming out after this shit, man. They could keep playing games, but it's all building to that one thing, that MOTB. Now, what happens when this thing is ready to launch and the economy is down? Okay, there's civil unrest everywhere. All hell is breaking loose. I mean, the system is completely destroyed and collapsed. Okay, and Americans are suffering. The whole world is suffering. Diseases everywhere. All right, hunger everywhere. Homelessness everywhere. You know, what's going to be the solution? Come take this one shot and you're good to go. But we have to first identify who you are. You know, it says the opportunity for further influencing the scope and mission of Arpa-H remains open. Just recently, Representatives Beget and Upton, lead sponsors of the landmark 21st Century Cures Act of 2016, who are now developing a follow-up bill, issued a request for information on the possible authorization of Arpa-H in their bill, with questions including, quote, to ensure it has the biggest impact, on what activities or areas should Arpa-H focus, unquote. In response, GHTC, Global Health Technologies Coalition, right, submitted feedback advocating for a focus on PRNDs, including HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, as well as antimicrobial resistance, arguing that a focus on these areas of historic market failures holds the greatest potential for Arpa-H's social or societal impact. Okay, so going back to that tried and true, never let a good crisis go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste. So all they got to do is create the crisis. Going back to problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Okay? And I've been hearing a lot of people who took that jump shot. What's going on is they're developing side effects like the H and the I and the V. You know what I'm saying? So malaria, you know, they said that they out there in California, all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of genetically modified mosquitoes that were released. And Bill Gates been talking about that for a couple of years now, you know? So they setting things up, man. All right, they setting things up for people to want that solution that they're going to give. Okay? It says Arpa-H could produce transformative health innovations in chronically underfunded areas. If the agency is authorized, which it will be authorized, GHTC and other advocates should encourage lawmakers. You hear that? Lawmakers. So they're going to sign it into law. All these executive orders and all that shit is going to come into play. In the time of a national emergency, which we are still in a national emergency, All they gotta do is just a quick signing, and that's it. FEMA taking over, and all these things are gonna play a huge role in your lives. Okay? It says lawmakers to ensure R&D for PRNDs is prioritized. The innovations that result could yield additional advancements across the entire field of biomedical R&D, improving health for all. Okay? So you see how they pushing this thing, man. They first started with, the mRNA, it does this, and that. And now they're saying that, look, we have something that could change all this shit. And this was dated July 27th, 2021. So that's like, what was it, a year ago? You know? So, hey, man, these devils are moving. All right, these devils are moving. And like I said, this was dated a year ago. And Biden just came out and talked to Congress saying that they should fund, all right, Arpa-H. So it's already set up. They always do this. Every 3 to 6 months, you hear something new. All right, you hear something new, man. All right, a rare chance to supercharge global health research. Oh, Esau, what a devil. All right, so yeah, pretty much that's it, man. You know, we're gonna stay watching, you know, paying attention to what's going on with these devils and their plans, and we're gonna keep exposing them, whether they want to like it or not. We don't really, you know, care about that shit, because what they're doing is evil, man. You know, tried and true Esau Edom tactics, evil shit, lies, deception, you know, and then he gets you cornered and then he mess you up. All right, so scripture says never trust thine enemy. All right, we've established who the enemy is. Ain't no debates about it. We ain't gonna try to hear what he has to say. No. We know what the prophecies say. All right, so there ain't gonna be no hanging out. Ain't gonna be no debating. Ain't gonna be no let's discuss this. Let's bring it to the table and talk, because nigga, no, you ain't even gonna honor that. All right, you don't have the decency to even sit at the table with a Edomite. All right, it's not even a thing you should even consider. All right, so these devils, their plans, we're not with it. All right, we're not for it. We don't see any importance in it. It ain't gonna benefit us in any way, shape, or form. So we're not with that shit. So we're gonna call it out for what it is, and it's all leading to the 13th chapter. Okay, the 13th chapter of Revelation. All right, specifically the 16th, 17th, and 18th verses. Okay, so I'm leaving off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. This was quick, you know, straight to the point. Like I said, Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chakodash, the Wadi Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.